The legend is back, and it's louder than ever. For decades, the Plymouth Roadrunner has lived in the hearts of muscle car fans as one of the purest expressions of raw American performance. And now, in 2026, the Roadrunner makes a jaw-dropping comeback. This isn't just a car, it's a time machine roaring straight out of the golden age of muscle, reimagined with cutting-edge engineering, technology, and a bold design that pays homage to the past while rewriting the future. When you first lay eyes on it, you instantly feel that pulse of nostalgia. But what follows is pure shock at just how modern, aggressive, and refined this reborn legend has become. The first thing that grabs your attention is the stance. Wide, planted, and unapologetically muscular, the Roadrunner looks like it's ready to devour asphalt. The front end is unmistakably influenced by the original 1970s icon, but it's sharper, leaner, and meaner. A sculpted hood with a massive functional air scoop dominates the front profile, feeding oxygen straight into the beast that lives underneath. LED headlights have been integrated seamlessly into a retro-inspired grille, bridging classic styling with futuristic execution. From the side, you see deep-dish forged wheels wrapped in ultra-performance tires, while the rear demands respect with quad exhaust tips and a subtle spoiler that screams both speed and sophistication. It's a car that doesn't whisper its presence, it announces it with authority. The 2026 Roadrunner isn't here to quietly fit into the modern lineup of sports cars. It's here to shake the ground, turn heads, and remind everyone that American muscle isn't fading into history. It's being reborn, stronger, prouder, and louder than ever before. Of course, a car that looks this intimidating has to back it up with performance, and the 2026 Plymouth Roadrunner doesn't disappoint. Beneath that sculpted hood sits a re-engineered 6.6-liter naturally aspirated HEMI V8, tuned to deliver an astonishing 640 horsepower and 610 pound-feet of torque. Those numbers aren't just impressive, they're a direct challenge to anyone who thought the age of raw muscle was over. With a standard 6-speed manual for the purists and an optional 10-speed automatic for those who want modern convenience, this Roadrunner gives drivers the freedom to experience performance their way. Step on the gas, and the roar is earth-shaking. The exhaust note is a deep, guttural growl that's both modern and classic at the same time, tuned to echo the unmistakable sound of the original Roadrunner. Launch control and a new traction management system ensure that all this brutal power doesn't just spin tires but actually rockets you forward with confidence. 0 to 60 happens in a blistering 3.7 seconds, a number that would have been unthinkable for the old-school muscle cars it pays tribute to. Yet here it is, a machine that blends nostalgia with modern-day physics. Handling has also leapt into the future. The 2026 Roadrunner rides on a stiffer, lighter performance chassis, equipped with adaptive suspension and magnetic ride control. This means it's no longer just a straight-line dragstrip hero. It's capable of carving corners with precision, staying planted on winding canyon roads, and giving drivers a thrill in every situation. Brembo's 6-piston brakes on all 4 corners make sure the beast can stop as quickly as it sprints. This isn't simply about raw horsepower, it's about control, balance, and confidence at every turn. Open the door and step inside, and the 2026 Plymouth Roadrunner greets you with a cabin that feels like a perfect handshake between retro charm and modern luxury. The dashboard design is clearly inspired by its heritage, with circular gauges and brushed metal finishes that harken back to the golden era of muscle cars. But look closer, and you'll see a fully digital 12-inch instrument cluster that brings all the data you need right into focus. Side by side, the blend of analog-inspired styling and futuristic tech feels seamless, as if the Roadrunner was always meant to evolve into this. At the center, a 10.5-inch infotainment touchscreen runs the latest Uconnect software, offering wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so drivers never have to sacrifice convenience for nostalgia. A premium Harman Kardon audio system, with 14 speakers carefully positioned throughout the cabin, turns every drive into a concert on wheels. Whether you're hearing the engine thunder or blasting your favorite playlist, the Roadrunner makes sure sound is part of the experience. The seats strike a balance between sport and comfort, wrapped in high-grade leather with suede inserts, bolstered enough to hold you firm during aggressive driving but soft enough for daily cruising. Red contrast stitching and classic Roadrunner badging stitched into the headrests pay tribute to its roots, while ambient lighting sets the mood for night drives. Practical touches like dual-zone climate control, heated and ventilated seats, wireless charging pads, and a spacious trunk ensure this car is not just for the track or Sunday drives. It can be lived with every single day. Inside and out, Plymouth has ensured the Roadrunner isn't just about reliving history. It's about experiencing the best of both worlds in one unforgettable package. Now let's talk about what makes the 2026 Plymouth Roadrunner truly special. It isn't just a collection of numbers, specs, and design cues. It's the emotion it stirs, the statement it makes, and the way it bridges generations of enthusiasts. Pricing starts at around $70,000 for the base performance trim, while the fully loaded premium edition pushes closer to $85,000. Add-ons like carbon fiber accents, track-tuned suspension, and a performance exhaust upgrade can raise that number higher. But here's the truth. This isn't a car you buy with your head. It's a car you buy with your heart. For those who grew up idolizing muscle cars, this is more than a purchase. It's a dream fulfilled. And in a time when headlines are dominated by electric vehicles and autonomous driving, the Roadrunner feels almost rebellious. It doesn't apologize for being loud, thirsty, and full of attitude. Instead, it proudly declares that muscle isn't dead, it has simply evolved. The engineers could have built something quiet and efficient, but instead they gave us something alive, brash, and unapologetically American. That contrast, between a future of silent EVs and the roaring soundtrack of this HEMI V8, is exactly what makes the Roadrunner so magnetic. Whether you're a lifelong fan who remembers the original or a new driver experiencing raw American muscle for the first time, the 2026 Roadrunner delivers something rare. A car that makes you feel. It reminds you why you fell in love with cars in the first place. The sound, the speed, the style, the thrill of pressing the pedal and feeling the world blur around you. This is more than transportation. This is a legend reborn. And in 2026, the Plymouth Roadrunner isn't just back, it's unforgettable.